Hello and welcome to Acnn News on the Hour. First, the top stories. The Anglican Bishop of Enugu Diocese, the Right Reverend Professor Samuel Ike, has received the Assistant Controller General of Corrections, Zone M, Mr. Adegbonyi, on a courtesy visit. An Anglican priest in the Diocese of Abuja, Venerable George Agun, speak on some benefit of giving God great praise, advises Christians to work closely with God. Plus, a clinical pharmacist, Dr. Sunday Olatunde, speaking on the topic prostate enlargement and cancer preventive measures, and other advises men to check out regularly from age 35. And now to the news in details. The Anglican Bishop of Enugu Diocese, His Lordship the Right Reverend Samuel Ike, has received the Assistant Controller General of Corrections, Zone M in Enugu State, Mr. Adegbonyi, on a courtesy visit to the Bishop Court in Enugu State. The visit follows a recent creation of the Nigerian Corrections Zone M, covering Enugu, Ebonyi, and Anambra State to streamline administrative processes in the region. Adegbonyi, who was accompanied by senior correctional officers, acknowledged the bishop's spiritual leadership and the Anglican Communion's role in the Nigerian Correctional Service, seeking his guidance for a successful tenure. In response, Bishop Ike emphasized the church's commitment to the reformation and rehabilitation of inmates, describing it as a crucial step in reducing crime. He urged the organization to collaborate with the church in key areas such as education and healthcare, which are central to the church's mission, stressing the need for spiritual revival, as he called it an essential tool in curbing the rising crime rates. The chaplain of the Anglican Prison Chaplaincy, Venerable Dr. Obi Okoye, highlighted the church's long-standing partnership with the correctional facilities spanning 19 years. He detailed the church efforts in providing food, clothing, skills and training, and other pro bono legal service to inmates. He also praised the Anglican Communion's role in decongesting correctional centers through alternative dispute resolution and the restorative justice system, which has gained support from the Enugu State government. Others in attendance are Subdean of the Cathedral, Venerable Azubike Unduka, and the Clerical Synod Secretary, Canon Ifeanyi Chukwu Agu, amongst others. Highlighting some of the benefits of giving God great praise, an Anglican priest in the Diocese of Abuja, Venerable George Agun, has encouraged Christians to always walk with God closely so as to enjoy this benefit. Venerable George made this known in an interview with Acnn News crew in Abuja, saying this benefit make them become supernatural beings.
They will experience God and they become like God. The Bible says in Psalm, says, don't you know that ye are gods? The manifestation of that sonship, the expression, the mirroring of a part and a bit of God in their life is dependent. They live lives not subject to what the world thinks. They live beyond what the world thinks. They don't dwell within the economy of the world. So, part of this benefit is also that they will experience the Holy Spirit watching, guiding, and working with them day by day. A daily walk, a daily guidance of the Holy Spirit in their life and their endeavor. It's a huge benefit. the man will work with God very closely. It makes the man supernatural. So part of the benefits is that they come into a realm of supernatural, so that they live their lives as people who have constant encounter with God.
Our clinical pharmacist, Dr. Sunday Olatunde, a fellow of the West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacists, speaking on the topic prostate enlargement and cancer, preventive measure and early symptoms on Acnn TV morning show now streaming, said men should look out for signs in order to manage prostate cancer and live a healthy life.
The person that has a prostate enlargement, you see the thickness of the urine stream, we call it, will start be kind of tiny like this. It will not be as large as it used to be when we were younger. Another one is the person could have something like a blood stain, because when the prostate is enlarged, there are many things that can make prostate to be enlarged. Infection of the prostate can make it to be enlarged. However, prostate enlargement that is as a result of aging and occasioned by increase in testosterone and androgen could also make the prostate to be enlarged. Whatever it is, when prostate is enlarged, the person could have blood in the urine and so on and so forth. Those are the possible symptoms you see with prostate enlargement. Sexual dysfunction is another symptom. Okay. You see an individual that is having sex and he ejaculates, nothing comes out, but he has ejaculated. Of course, when a man ejaculates, there's a sense of satisfaction that he has done that, but nothing comes out of his penis, because the duct through which the semen will flow out has been blocked by the prostate. Do you understand now? So in such situation, such person can experience what we call sexual dysfunction or retrograde ejaculation and so on.
He further shared on how prostate cancer can be prevented, pointing out that the prostate increase with age, especially from 40 years, advising all men to check out regularly from age 35.
30 years and above, or even for those who are 35 and above, we should do what we call prostate examination once in a while. Because the size does not just increase abruptly. You don't want to wait till when you have the symptoms. So what you will do is to once in a while, at least once in a year, if you run that kind of test, you will know whether your prostate is under pressure. And if you do that once in a year, before prostate gets enlarged to the extent that it will start causing the symptom, you will know. The issue with prostate also will not have cure, because it's affecting a structure of the body. But when you detect it early, you can take some certain treatment that will make it to never get to very enlarged level, to the extent that you start having the symptoms. And some of them, apart from that, diet is important and lifestyle. But let's just limit it to diets that are rich in antioxidants, are very good for leafy vegetables, that's grains, fruits. Those they are very good in antioxidants. Some supplements such as selenium, such as zinc, such as vitamin D, they are good for one to get level of moderating the function or the size of the prostate.
Still on Acnn TV morning show now streaming, a civil engineer Chinonso Oji, marking the World International Day of Women and Girls in Science, joins others to celebrate women in science, technology, engineering and mathematics, STEM, to speak on how women in STEM can be given the opportunity to be a recognized voice in the society due to their unique touch.
Well, women bring unique perspectives to everything. Of course, the genders are different, and each gender has a unique perspective to bring to every field of life. So when we have women in STEM careers, when we have women in STEM professions, their contributions bring that unique women perspective. There's something that we call a woman's touch. So when you have a woman's touch involved in STEM careers, definitely that diversity will be evident. Yeah, so inclusivity, diversity, they're all very important in all fields of life, and STEM is just one of those fields of life where both genders need to be fully represented.
She further buttressed the difficulty for women in STEM due to the cultural position in Nigeria, advising all women in STEM to look out for mentorship that will help them grow their career.
Trying to make your voice heard, of course, there's always going to be the barrier that you're just a woman.
Yeah.
They'd ask you, I've had people ask me things like, why didn't you just study nursing? Why didn't you just go to theater arts? Those are more feminine courses. Your course is more masculine. Were you trying to prove a point? Yes, I've even had my lecturer, one of my lecturers, tell someone beside me, she would just go and marry. Why are you disturbing yourself, stressing with her? So one of the ways to combat these challenges is proper education, proper enlightenment. So people know that, first of all, these courses are not just for men. There's no such course as a man's course or a woman's course. Yeah, so cut across every career. Your interests are your interests. What you want to do, by God's grace, God would help you achieve it. So when more enlightenment is done across board, when everyone becomes more aware that women can have a voice in these careers, when more mentorship opportunities are provided, more networking opportunities, so the girls or the ladies in these careers know, I am not alone. No matter what they say, I am not alone. People have done this, have excelled in this field, and I can.
You have been watching Acnn News on the Hour. Still to come. Reps members say federal government to resolve drop-box suspension for U.S. visa renewals. This story and others will come your way after this short break. Please stay tuned.
I beg you to please pray for me. I've never been a bishop before, so I'm not a perfect person. My name is Festus. It's a custom of the church that every service will pray for Festus, the bishop. And when you mention that name, what I want you to have at the back of your mind with the letters of that name is that you are praying for me to fear the Lord. The F will stand for fearing the Lord. I want to fear God. The E will stand for a excellent spirit of God upon my life. I want to be steadfast. Pray for me to be trustworthy. Pray for me to have the understanding of the mind of God and the grace to show understanding for the weakness of men. Pray for me to be selfless on this journey.
We are dealing with politicians, some of whom have undergone human sacrifice, some of whom have covenanted their soul with Satan, some of whom have done so many rituals, some of whom are putting demonic manipulation over this country. It is a spiritual warfare, and we know that only the church has the capacity to exercise the corporate deliverance that this country requires.
You see, when you look at the 21st century Christian, if you are still in the Holy Spirit and being led by the Holy Spirit, take it or leave it, you will be living in sorrow. Is this actually the church our forefathers handed over to us? Is this the Christianity that the first believers, the Christian martyrs, handed over to us? And as Anglicans, may I ask, is this the Christianity and the church the CMS people handed over to us? Today, we need to examine so many things. Because once you come in through the window, inside the church, you are already a black sheep in the church. And what do? You cause confusion, you cause depravity, you bring in perversion, you bring in division, you bring in insult, arrogance, pride, covetousness, and we bring in liberalism, confusing it to mean liberty.
Thank you, viewers, for staying tuned on ACNN News on the Hour. For more on our top stories, please visit our website on acnntv.com or our social media platform on facebook.com or youtube.com/ACNN Television to be up to date with our news and other programs. Download the ACNN TV app, Avo TV app, Next Niger TV app, Limex World TV app, or Android TV app from Google Play Store or iOS Store. You can also advertise your goods and services on ACNN TV. And now moving on with other national stories. Following a motion of urgent national importance by a member, Uboku Forji, the House of Representatives has called for the immediate suspension of the 50% hike in telecom tariff, which the House decried the poor service delivery from telecom operators and insisted that an increase in tariff should not happen until their services is improved. The lawmaker ordered the NCC and the Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, to suspend the tariff increase because of the economic hardship in the country. According to the report, as of December 2023, Nigeria has over 224 million subscribers. As official data by the regulator said, MTN boasts over 87 million subscribers, representing 38.79% of the total market share, being the highest in the country by any licensed mobile network operators, as Globalcom and Airtel have 61 million subscribers each, while Nine Mobile has 13.9 million users. Early in January, the NCC said telephone subscribers in Nigeria would pay more for data and airtime as it approved a 50% tariff increase for the telecom operators in the country. A spokesman for the regulator, Ruben Morka, said the price adjustment, though lower than the over 100% requested by some network operators, arrived taking into account the ongoing industry reform that will positively influence sustainability. The regulator had said the increase was pursuant to its power under Section 108 of the Nigerian Communications Act 2023 to regulate and approve tariff rates and charges by telecommunications operators. The federal government of Nigeria will press the appropriate diplomatic button and liaise with the appropriate authorities to resolve the suspension of the Dropbox provision for Nigerians renewing their American visas. Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Foreign Affairs, Oluwole Oke, made this known on a TV show program, saying the Dropbox system allowed applicants, especially those with recent U.S. travel history, to submit passports without interview, reducing wait time. According to him, the U.S. has stopped its visa Dropbox service in Nigeria, detecting all visitors, visa applicants to attend in-person interview for renewals. As he said, this development comes amidst a crackdown by the Donald Trump presidency on migrants in the United States. The lawmaker further said the suspension of the service by the U.S. was not a serious issue, as Nigeria does not offer the same service to Americans renewing their Nigerian visa. Oke said he had reached out to the Nigerian Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, to inform him that Nigeria has not received any communications correspondence from the United States of America regarding the Dropbox service suspension. The lawmaker also expressed optimism that the Trump presidency would review some of its policy and won't want to become an unpopular nation amongst the nations of the world. Meanwhile, the Minister of Arts and Culture and Creative Economy, Hannatu Musawa, has stated that the federal government is working to create an enabling environment towards combating the growing Japa syndrome, which refers to the mass exodus of Nigerians seeking better opportunities abroad. She made this remark while unveiling a new initiative aimed at promoting tourism and highlighting Nigerians' vibrant culture and rich heritage. She explained that the ministry is collaborating with three agencies, including the Ministry of Aviation, Interior, and various security agencies, to ensure that Nigerians returning home have a smooth reintegration process, and emphasized that the goal is to provide returning citizens with a seamless transition into the country, while also offering an unforgettable tourist experience that showcases Nigerians' diverse culture, natural beauty, and economic potential. According to her, the initiative seeks not only encourage Nigerians living abroad to consider returning home, but also to attract global tourists by presenting Nigeria as a dynamic, culturally rich destination, adding that through this effort, the government hopes to reduce the negative impact of the Japa phenomenon, while fostering national pride and a sense of opportunity within the country. Musawa further stressed that the initiative will also focus on creating jobs, boosting the local economy, and providing avenues for Nigerians to invest in their home country. And now we take a quick recap of our major stories. The Anglican Bishop of Enugu Diocese, Right Reverend Professor Samuel Ike, has received the Assistant Controller General of Corrections Zone N, Mr. Adagoyin, on a courtesy visit. An Anglican priest in the Diocese of Abuja, Venerable George Agun, speak on some benefits of giving God great praise, advises Christians to walk closely with God. Plus, a clinical pharmacist, Dr. Sunday Olatunde, speaking on the topic prostate enlargement and cancer preventive measures, and others advise all men to check out regularly from the age 35. And that is all we can take on ACNN News on the Hour. Thank you for watching. I am Godwin Ujori. Bye.